Take it away.
All right. Is this my chance to speak, Barbara?
Yes, it is. Take it away.
All right. Sorry. Usually that's Tamara's job. I was like waiting for like a drum roll.
We're switching it up tonight.
That's all right. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for taking your time tonight, either listening to this live or coming in later and watching the recording if somebody has sent it to you. So tonight we are going to talk about kind of what, well, two startling trends are in our world. We got a lot going on in our world, and some of the things are in our control and some of the things are not in our control. And so we're going to talk about, did we miss a slide there?
We did. Just hold on. Yeah.
So let's talk about environmental toxins are increasing. Some of these things, obviously, we cannot control. You know, when you look at landfills, just, you know, what's on the surface, what's underneath, that's what we cannot control. We need to be aware that they're out there, right? Number two. Quality is decreasing. I don't know if you remember what apples or produce tasted like, you know, 20, 30, 40 years ago. And now when you bite into an apple, first of all, it's shiny and waxed. That's a little scary. And then there's really no flavor until you dip it in peanut butter. That's when the flavor comes out, right? But so yeah, so you know what they're saying, food quality is decreasing, you know, and also what's in it, flavor enhancers, emulsifiers, fewer nutrients, artificial colors, you know, read those labels. You know, you'd be surprised what you're putting in your system and then wondering why your system isn't in optimal functioning, correct? So just a few things. And really tonight, what we're going to talk about is dieting or over-exercising and what cleansing is. This is a little bit, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but, you know, I mean, dieting is like a yo-yo. Let me give you a little story of who I am. My name is Lisa Hale. I live in St. Louis, Missouri. Next year, I am going to be fitness training for 40 years, and I've owned my own gym for 10 years. And I've seen yo-yo dieting. I've seen cabbage dieting, soup dieting, grapefruit. I think I've seen it all in my years. And I think everyone that it always comes back to, and even when they do polls and you see it on TV, usually by the end of the year or beginning of the year, they always say like, what's the top diets? And it always goes back to Mediterranean diet. You know, what a lot of Europeans are doing, you know, eating fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, plant-based foods. And so anyway, so here this goes to show you, you know, we can burn the fat. You know, do you feel worse? And then, you know, you bounce back right into the mode of what you did in the past, or a cleanse, which kind of we're going to talk about, kind of this soft cleanse, this detox, this SHRED10 that we're going to talk about, is what that bottom picture is looking at. You know, stored fat, you know, the toxins that protect your organs, you know, but then how we shed the fat, reduce the toxicity, which really of what we're putting into our body, eating, drinking, not sleeping, ton of things that bring up the toxicity in your body. And then, you know, how you have better over health, less fat, and how to really kind of maintain that. That's always the kicker, right? Is maintaining it. So many people have dieted and then lost a lot of weight, and then they gain it back and then gain more back. And is it easy? No, I'm not going to say it's easy. But you know, we're going to give you a few tips tonight on how it's going to maybe be different this time. I think we're jumping into this one. So grow your own food. You know, we do have a system. This is sponsored with Juice Plus Community, Healthy Living Revolution, that we have been a part of. I've been a part of it for 18 years. And, you know, a lot of people wanted to start growing their own food. You know, I'm talking to people now that, you know, they hear maybe next year, you know, lack of food, lack of what's on the truck. You know, it's not tasty. It's, you know, it's not nowhere near what nutrient level what we should eat. And so here's just a simple way to put something in your body that you actually grow yourself. Water's in the bottom basin, it waters itself, and you can grow your own food. And then what we're going to talk about is how this Juice Plus whole food nutrition is unique. It's 45 whole foods. It's a food label, which, you know, a lot of your supplements, if you have them in the house, go ahead and turn the label around. It's probably a supplement facts. This is a food label with phytonutrients, non-GMO ingredients. We actually have a non-GMO certification, which is a big deal, which means from seed to water to the farmer to our process is all processed with GMO ingredients. It's dairy-free, it's gluten-free, it's NSF certified, which is a third party, which makes sure that what we say is on the label is actually what's in it. And actually NSF is for also athletes. So like if Lance Armstrong would have taken Juice Plus instead of whatever he was taking, he wouldn't have been stripped by his metals. It's actually food in his body, and he wouldn't be had tainted tests. And the clinical research, it's over 35. It's actually close to, I think, to 42 now. And we plan to keep doing clinical studies because universities come to us and ask us about, you know, what is in this? You know, what can it do for our survivors, patients? And here it is, 45 whole plant foods every day in your body. Now, remember, everybody needs 9 to 13 servings. And if you're an athlete, chronically ill, you know, chronic inflammation, pregnant or breastfeeding woman, you need 20 servings. That's a lot, guys. Servings is a fist. So that's a lot. So if you're not getting that, which, come on, be honest. I don't know who's getting that. If so, God love you. But right here, you know, you can swallow all that. We also have products, and this is kind of what the shred is to utilize our shake. It's called Complete because it's actually a complete meal. It has enough carbs, fats, and proteins. It's also low glycemic. So, you know, if you're diabetic, you know, it's not going to spike your sugar. Actually, people who are diabetic take it at night so then they can wake up in the morning and not be crashed. It's vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free, plant-based, and it's powerful prebiotic fibers. So it pretty much hits all the boxes. Juice Plus Omega Blend, love when they came out with this a couple of years ago. You know, I don't know if anybody ever did the fish pills where you burped up fish at 8 in the morning. It was not a good taste. And so they came up with something that would remove the fish, and they would go to the source, which would be algae. So they came up with the algae oil, and then brought in omega-3, 5, 6, 7, 9. So a lot of people do maybe overdose, maybe on omega-3, you know, that seems to be popular, and not getting the full arrangement of the omegas. And so this gives you the full spectrum omegas. It's cold press in those vegan capsules, and they even have a little nitric bubble to make sure that that oil doesn't go rancid. So it's pretty smart. Plus heart, brain, joints. Who doesn't need, you know, all of that? And then we just came out, actually, December 15th. It's just a few weeks old. It's just a baby product. Perform, plant-powered nutrition. You know, it's tailored for performance, supports muscle growth, muscle recovery, energy production, mental performance, bone health. Do you have to be an athlete to take this? Absolutely not. If you perform everyday function, your job, being a parent, being an athlete, you know, I mean, if you need energy production, mental performance, and bone health, right, then I'm sure performance for you. We have 35, like I said, actually it's I think 42 now, research nutraceutical product in the world, the most researched. And these are, you know, all the company we keep. So as you see, you can just look through that. Some of your states are in there with high universities that actually come to us and ask us if they can use our product on, you know, a clinical study, and they want to see what the results are. And whatever the results are, they get published. And we've had some great published. Barbara, do you want me to continue?
No, it's my cue. The program. Thanks, Lisa. You always do a great job in breaking down the product. And so I'm pretty excited because it seems like we've been doing Shred now for about, I don't know, some of us 5, some of us 10 plus years, but this is the exciting part that I get a chance to do is talk about the program. Many of you are looking for something, or maybe you're not looking for something, but we just wanted to highlight what is the SHRED10 program. All right, so this food toxins, shred food toxins and habits that are not serving you. All right, that's a really broad, but we're going to try to break that down a little bit. A lot of times diet right? We have the diets, and then we have programs. So what I love about SHRED10, and for those who do not know me, I'm Barbara Davis, a trainer, mother of four, certified health coach in nutrition, Memphis, Tennessee. And so I have an opportunity to help people overhaul their health. So in doing so, trying to find a program, not just for mom, not just for dad, not just for the athlete in the family, but something that's doable and a lifestyle change. This SHRED10 checks all of those boxes. So we're going to just kind of go through what the program looks like. All right, so for about 10 days, and for those who are going, I know Lisa, I'm shredding a group, Lisa is shredding a group, and we have shred leaders on this call who have invited you. So we pick about 10 days or more. I'm going the entire month of January, but we shred all year. But it's a kick jumpstart program. And what we try to do, number one, and that's why Lisa went over the product, the Juice Plus product line, because the whole focus of this, not the entire focus, but one of the main focus with the Juice Plus product and the grocery store is to add more plant foods to your diet daily. Okay, we try to consume 1 to 2 complete shakes a day, plenty of water, take 10 deep breaths. Are we counting 10 breaths? Sometimes we actually do. Some people need more depending on your stress level, right? 7 to 8 hours of sleep, exercise most days. These are the things we're adding. Okay, so maybe you've already started on these. This is the 6 through 8 is what we want to add, reduce or eliminate. Caffeine, alcohol, okay, eating after 6 p.m. And I know I'm kind of going through these a little fast, but in our program, we actually do continued education on why all of these things are important. Okay, we don't just give you these guidelines, but we give you detailed information from Dr. Mitra Ray, who is the one of the authors of this program. So it is something magical to all of these guidelines. Okay, we want to also eliminate or reduce processed foods. That's depending on how much processed foods you consume, that may be easy, may not be. All right, we want to eliminate gluten and dairy. All right, artificial and refined sugars. All right, so 1 through 10, what I love about this program is that some folks just start at 1 through 3 and they'll work their way through the program. This is not an all or nothing, okay? So eventually, as you shred, and as you can see and look at these guidelines, this is nothing restrictive. I mean, this is kind of something everybody needs to do, right? Cleaning up their diet, cleaning up your children's diet, maybe you're a caretaker, just whoever you invite in to shred, these guidelines pretty much guide our 10-day window, 10 or 20 or more. So you kind of wash and repeat. And so each time you do the shred, you want to get better and better. Maybe you don't start at the dairy. Maybe you start at the caffeine. Maybe you start at just sleeping better. Okay, there is some science and education around all of these guidelines that help us to detoxify our bodies correctly. Okay, we're going to pause a few things. So these are some of the shred results. Now we have some folks on this call who can probably even add to this list. Folks who shred, craving more fruits and vegetables, healthier weight, better recovery from workouts. When I started shredding, I thought I was the healthiest thing in Memphis. Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No, you do not realize what your body misses until you give it what it actually needs. And so bridging that gap with more plants, whether it be through the Juice Plus products or not, I'm going to tell you, a lot of good things happen. Improve sleep. This was good for me. Increase energy, healthier hair, nails, skins, regularity improved. All right. So how does it typically work? All right. You can see here, you start your journey, you order your Juice Plus products. If needed, some of you are customers on the line, on the call tonight, and you say, well, I have something to start with. You might just need to add some shakes if you're going that route. Get with the person who invited you. If you are brand new to the Juice Plus community and you have no idea where to start, your representative will talk with you over that. We don't force people to buy all or none. We meet you where you are to help you be successful, whatever that looks like for shredding with your family. You might be one person in the house. I'm a family of 6. So we just have a conversation with you after this call to talk about what that looks like. And even on this call, we're going to have some time after this. We will also give you an entire SHRED guideline. Okay, you're going to know how to get started. You're going to know prep work. You're going to read more about all of those guidelines that I talked about earlier, what they mean to your body, how they actually affect you over a 10-day period, and if you decide to go longer. And then there's a detailed video, Dr. Mitra Ray. If you're on Facebook, you get the option of getting added to our Facebook group. Okay, depending on your shred leader who's on that call, you might be in a different group shredding. We shred alongside with you. We provide support in that group. You'll see people who saying, oh, I just totally messed up today. I ate a donut. I didn't move. I'm starting over tomorrow. That's okay. And that's what we love about the shred, because we get to be transparent in the group. We get to pour in recipes, things. I've learned so much from the shred, just different ideas, how to use different recipes, ingredients, additional detox drinks, just tons of information. Accountability, that's big. We do all of that in there. And if you're not on Facebook, your shred leader will make sure that you're involved as well. All right. And then we shred it and live it. After you complete the program, we have so many resources, you all. We have enough to carry you through another year, right? We have a shred cookbook. We have cookbooks for the complete recipes. And then last but not least, you live it. Kind of repeat the guidelines. I tell people to keep those guidelines on their device, keep it on their refrigerator, and see how many of those guidelines you can just kind of keep up with throughout the year. And then, of course, you tell somebody and you invite them in. All right, we're almost there. So where do you see yourself starting? I just want to give us a visual of some of our products. By no means do you have to start even at any of these packages. We are here to talk and walk you through that, ideally, what that looks like in your household. How do you want to do it financially? We just make that happen. So just wanted to give a visual of all of our products here, combinations with the shakes, as well as our fruit, vegetable, omega, and berry blend. And here we go. Go up here. And then there's a soft cleanse. Maybe you don't want all this attention and being in this group and sharing, and you just want to add some good nutrition. Your numbers have not been the best. That you just want to do better. Just start simple. You can eliminate some things, get the guidelines when you place your order, and just say, you know what, I'm just going to kind of do this privately. That's quite all right. Order what you can, get started somewhere. You see so many different ways you could do. There's a healthy starts for families. Again, this is what I love about Shred. It's not just mom getting healthy or dad or athlete in the family, but you get to, depending on what you order in the Shred, your child can get a 4-month supply free as well. So that is a 2-for-1 great deal, right? You get to introduce more plants and more produce and just better choices for your family just by starting to shred. So that's what we call just kind of like a soft cleanse. You can be in the group, hang out, do it at your own pace, learn as you go, laugh at us, laugh at Lisa, whoever your shred leader is. And we welcome you however you want to do that. I think I went backwards there. All right. And so I'm going to stop share and we're going to open the floor up for tomorrow. If you want to manage our panel of questions, I know I kind of went through that, but we do not want to take anything for granted. Questions, You are welcome. Take the floor.
All right. So this is the point in the presentation where we open the floor to our guests, because you are a special guest. You took your time out on this wonderful Thursday for any questions that you all may have. So if you have any questions, you can either type it in the chat room or just simply like raise your hand and we can get to you, or just kind of jump in there wherever you can. So are there any questions at this point during the presentation about the SHRED? Yes, sir. iPhone. It's a gentleman right here. Unmute. Let me ask you to unmute yourself. Okay, go right ahead. Yes, so tell us your name. And
my name is Fred. My name is Fred Finley. I'm from Lansing, Michigan. Okay, I was going to have a guest on the line with me. He wasn't able to get on, but I have a question about what's the difference between the SHRED10 program and weight loss? Because it's not quite the same thing, is it?
Okay, so Lisa or Barbara, either one of you can answer that.
Sure. So weight loss, if you're only focusing on weight loss component of just altogether, there are thousands of ways you can lose weight. You can literally stop eating and lose weight by the end of the week, right? So SHRED capitalizes on a set of bold lifestyle changes that affect everyone's health. All right. So just say you're eating well, but you're not sleeping well and you have stress, right? So the combination of things that we do on SHRED creates a lifestyle, and it creates more of an, should you experience weight loss? Of course you will. But the most of the effects come from your sleeping, the intake of water, flooding your body with nutrition. And sometimes that blood work changes before your weight. Better numbers, that's priceless. So you may not lose the 20 pounds that you want by February, but go to your physician. And I'm not trying to make a false claim with Juice Plus, but this with the Juice Plus and adding more plant-based and eliminating processed foods alone, even if you just took that out of your diet. So that's different from just weight loss. There are a lot of different diets that's geared only towards weight loss. You're counting calories, you're doing a lot of workouts, and you're watching the scale. Well, here we don't count calories. We don't watch scale. We ask that you take measurements and all of that, but you're going to feel, and it's dependent on the person. So it's
Lisa, pick up where she left off about the SHRED.
So, yeah. So, obviously, weight loss, of course, at the beginning of the year is a big deal, right? I'm a gym owner. I know this. And so, people want to lose weight. A lot of times, and I've seen it at my gym, they'll be working out exercise, a crappy diet. You'll see that all over the place, right? And they'll be like, but I'm not really losing weight. And then I'll say, yeah, but do your jeans fit? Yeah, my jeans actually are looser. My clothes are looser. I'm like, how's your sleep? Actually, I'm sleeping deeper. I mean, so a lot of things all come with it. Weight loss, of course, Juice Plus is not in the weight loss program. We do not want to be part of a weight loss program. What we want to do is lifestyle, of course. So a lot of these little tweaks, and I've been shredding probably 5 years now. And, it's kind of like, I kind of eliminated really a lot of gluten over the years. Not that I'm gluten intolerant, but I knew I felt better, and so when you take it out of your diet for 10 days and like on day 11, you bring it back in, boy, you feel the difference, right? It's just like probably this month of December, you've been on like a sugar, addiction with cookies and everything else. And then, so every day you're craving it. So, we're just really, big with lifestyle changes, giving you the little tools and just the little tweaks. Like Barbara said, there's, 1 through 10 guidelines. Pick the few that maybe you can say, these are easy, check out the box, I can do this. This one's going to be tough for me, whether it's, alcohol, processed foods, eating 6 p.m., but some, the people who follow it strong are the people who get better results. Sometimes just a few pounds, sometimes just, their migraines went away. Their maybe from the caffeine they were drinking, they thought it was helping, and it was maybe, adding to it. So there's so many things, we can never tell you like what's going to happen to you personally, because everybody's so different. That's the best part. We get to hear from you what it is. Any other questions? Hopefully that answered your question, sir.
Thank you.
Is that Adrian?
I had a question.
Okay,
mine was kind of in line with the gentleman's question. And Barbara and I have been friends since what, 7th, 8th grade. I'm in Jackson, Mississippi, but my issue is I don't want to lose weight. And that's been my thing. Like, I've always been tiny. My weight that I am now is like 110 after 2 babies. So my weight fluctuates now between 110 and 115. And Barbara will tell you that's the most I've ever weighed. I mean, like I was 80 pounds.
You picking up a lot of weight. I got to get. Yes,
so
right.
It's the most I have ever weighed. But I know that I need to clean up my eating, and same for my household too, with my children. My son is an athlete. He plays football. My daughter's in the band. My husband has a sweet tooth out of this world. When football season is in, I have no sweets in my house, because I told my son, I said, well, it's football season, so no sweets. You need to eat healthy. But I know that I need to change, and I've spoken with Barbara about this also, because I'm 46. I'm on 2 cholesterol pills, 2 different cholesterol pills, along with blood pressure pills. I have a family history of high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I have a history of people having strokes, having heart attacks. Today, I just buried a younger cousin who had a heart attack. He was 6 years younger than me. So I've buried 2 cousins now. One was 2 years older, and the one today was 6 years younger than me. He had just had a heart attack last week and died. And so I don't want that to happen to me, but I know that I am not in shape. I can feel it. My body is telling me that I'm not healthy the way I need to. I mean, the fact that I'm on 2 cholesterol pills and blood pressure pills at 46 lets me know I'm not healthy. And I want, better. I want to get my health back the way it was. I want my children to be healthy. I want my husband to be healthy. He's overweight. So, I just know that I gotta do something, because burying my younger cousin today just really, like standing at the gravesite, just like really, I had a moment where I was like, okay, I definitely gotta do something. Wow. But my thing is, I don't want to lose weight. I want to be healthy, but I definitely don't want to lose the weight that I have gained.
Okay. And I think my SHRED leaders can attest to this. This is the perfect, and you notice if you've seen any of the posts from any SHRED leader, we never say, hey, join us and lose 35 pounds for the next year. This is totally a life change. So you would eat the amount of food that's required for your build and what you want to sustain, but that's going to be amount of good food, right? So we'll make sure we take care of you. So you're not eliminating the amount of food, you're eliminating the amount of quote unquote foods that are not serving your body, if that makes sense.
And I'll add to
you're able to eat more. Go ahead.
Right. And I'll say this, because I'm kind of a newbie to the shredding, to the program. But I will say this is that like Lisa and Barbara said earlier, you're not looking at it as a weight loss. You're looking at it as shredding those bad habits, those habits that are not good, those things that are not good, the refined sugars and things like that. You're shredding them. When we think of shredding, what do? We tear it up or get rid of it. We tear it up or get rid of it. So that's what you're looking at. You're looking at a healthier lifestyle. And that's what I love about being a part of the SHRED, being a part of just Juice Plus as a whole, is because while we're doing this process, we're being educated, and we're not doing it by ourselves. We're doing it together. And the other thing that I noticed, that I don't know if you all noticed in the slide, that in the fine print, most of the time in the fine print, it was something that kind of that they put in the fine print that you don't want to read, but you know you need to read it. Well, in that fine print of one of the slides, when it said about the shred, it said it's flexible for children, it's flexible for nursing mothers, it's flexible for dads, it's flexible for elite athletes, it's flexible for everybody, grandparents, everybody. So the shred is not about losing the weight, it's about choosing a healthier lifestyle for you and your family.
Very good.
Thank you.
Well, and I'll tap onto that. It's also gonna, with this cleanse, it's also gonna clean up, cleaning up your blood cells. You remember, reproduce our blood cells every 4 months throughout our whole body. That's why Juice Plus is actually sold 4 month supply. So if you have damaged blood cells and they constantly keep repeating, just think of a copy machine. You get a copy and you keep making a copy off the copy, and next thing it keeps fading. And so that's what, that's how we reproduce our blood cells. So we want to start creating healthy blood cells so they can start taking over more of the insides of our bodies. So,
and one of our partners on the call, Angela, and she noted and reminded us, but before I get to Angela, I want you to speak on your experience with the shred. But before we get on that, Tawana, you answered the question for Connie, but this is just in case somebody else may have a question about, she asked about apple cider vinegar. I think she was asking about during the shred, and Tawana answered it by letting her know that she wouldn't suggest drinking. I know a lot of people, they're on the apple cider vinegar kick. She wouldn't suggest drinking apple cider vinegar because it's so acidic, especially during the shred. During the shred. So that's just in case somebody else may have a question about that.
Yeah, I'm just going to add just a little bit before Angela talks. Apple cider vinegar is one of those things that's helpful. It's a helpful ingredient, but it's also one of those things that kind of came on the market and people say, oh, I'm just going to do apple cider vinegar and lose a lot of weight. So you can't apple cider vinegar your way to better health. I mean, it has a lot of healthy components to it. So does herbs, so does lemons, so does what, but when you're doing like the apple diet, grapefruit diet, or all in one, your body needs so much more. That's why it's so much more than that. So definitely it's very acidic. And then if you're consuming caffeine of any kind, not just from coffee, it just interferes and wreaks havoc on your system. So, and too much of it will actually create an imbalance in your body as well. So not a bad thing, but just use it in moderation with other things that are helpful, not solely just everyday apple cider vinegar routine. Angela, are you ready to share?
Hi, good evening, everyone. My comment that I put in, the SHRED10 and Juice Plus changed my life. And I said that because my eyes were opened, my attitude changed. Now, I'm a person that pretty much kind of eats whatever I want to eat, never really just gained a lot of weight, but just the education of learning what the body needs and knowing, the different fads that's out there. I'm not a person that diet or anything. I don't do diets, but my eyes were open because I was educated on the things that my body needed to help make me a better person. And when I initially started with Juice Plus, was not real serious about it, but I just kind of always wanted to do the all natural versus, taking something over the counter. And the first thing when I started and I got serious about it, my doctor wanted to put me on cholesterol medicine. And no one in my family had ever had a problem with their cholesterol. And that was just out of the blue for me. And I was like, cholesterol? And then she was like, well, it's not high, but you're borderline. I said, well, listen, anybody that know me know that I do not like taking any type of meds of any sort. But I thank God now for one that I definitely have to take. But I was like, okay, so I started taking the cholesterol. Well, I had gotten a prescription and I would not take it. And then after reading and thinking about, okay, possible heart attack, your cholesterol, the buildup. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this is scary, you know, and I have 3 kids, you know, and a husband and a grandson. So I definitely wanted to be here. But of course, I was taking my meds and still eating whatever I wanted to eat. When I have a stressful day, that was a Big Mac, French fries, and a Coke, and then maybe that strawberry cream cheese apple pie they have, just, you know, whatever, you know. So I started taking, and I was like, oh, I hate taking this medicine. So I was talking to Barbara one day. You know what? I said, I'm kind of being faithful with taking the Juice Plus. So I went to my doctor, and I was like, well, I'm trying something different. You know, it's my fruit and vegetables every day. Can I stop taking this lisinopril is what I was taking. Can I stop taking this lisinopril to see if it's going to make a difference with me doing this Juice Plus? And she was like, I'll give you 3 months. I said, okay, guys, I tell you in 3 months, and that's my story, and it never changes. And that's what I love about Juice Plus. Everybody have their own story that they can tell, and it's the same story because it's their story. When I went back in 3 months, and she asked me, she was like, girl, what are you doing? I said, huh? And she said, what are you doing? She said, you look good. Your blood work is good. And I was like, do I have to keep taking this lisinopril? She was like, no. I was so happy. I could not believe it. And just excited. I'm like, oh man, I cannot believe I had lost weight. And of course, my husband, when he went to the doctor, he was not on cholesterol medicine at that time, but his doctor asked him that same question. What are you doing? He was like, nothing. And then he was like, oh, well, I'm taking this stuff my wife got, you know, even though he's not buying anything. So it just, the whole Juice Plus, the whole line, it just helped change my life so much because it just opened my eyes to educating of what my body needs and the things that I can get from Juice Plus. And I will tell you why. I went to the doctor yesterday for a checkup. I weighed 178, and I see my cousin is on this call. I think she's still there. I weighed 178. Anybody that know me, that is a lot of weight for me because I'm 5'7.5", and my weight has always been, you know, I'm like maybe 160. That's the highest I've gone. So I got up to, I just say 180. And you all yesterday went to the doctor. I am at 152, Barbara. You all didn't even know that. Listen, I love the SHRED10. You hear me? And I have a guest that's on here, Sharita Smith, and she's my co-worker, and she can tell you, people will ask me, and I don't have to say anything, Angela, what are you doing? I said, Juice Plus, SHRED10. And that's what I do. And I love it. And even when, you know, if I decide if it's something that I want to eat, I'll do that. But I'm telling you, it has made a difference in my life, and just not about losing weight, because that was not a big thing to me, but just overall, I'm a healthier person. You know, I make better choices. And now instead of getting that regular dairy milk, I buy almond milk or coconut milk. I try anything. And I love it. I love it. So I just definitely want to thank Barbara for over the years for trying to encourage us, or actually persuade us to just try this. So thank you, Barbara. And I just want to thank all of you. And please, you make that decision to look into Juice Plus, the entire line. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Angela. Thank
you.
All
right. What is your name, sir?
Me?
Yes.
I'm Fred Finley. I'm from Lansing,
Fred.
Michigan.
Okay, Fred.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a question?
I'm a Juice Plus partner, and I recently have run into some African American men who are vegans, or they're trying to transition into that. And I made a comment one night about the Juice Plus Complete, and I thought they might ask me about these booklets. I still have this shred booklet. Is this still for sale?
It is.
Because I think I went to Promo Plus and I didn't notice it. I didn't see it on there. And I'm thinking somebody might ask me, we'd like a copy of that booklet. And I'm thinking, I don't know what to say.
Sure can.
Okay.
And inbox me and I'll reach out to you to help you find that. And if you have not already put in the chat who invited you, please do so. We don't want any guests to be left behind.
All right.
Top finale, you all. And this is more fitting than ever.
And Barbara, will you let them know where the recording will be? Because there's a couple of people that asked for the recording.
Sure, absolutely. So I will share with all the SHRED leaders will get a recording. So please inbox me because we invited wide. If I don't have your contact, please put that in the inbox chat box for me. And I will make sure everyone gets a copy of this recording. So, all right. Are there any more questions in the chat room?
So Barbara, would you prefer email or phone number?
Whichever you prefer.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. All right, everyone. I appreciate everyone for getting on. That means that you care about your health or someone else's because you invited someone. We wanted to just leave this. We did not want to leave this year without letting people know that there are options for a better you in 2022, right? Will it be fast? Will you get really quick results? We're not concerned about that. We're concerned about educating you and your family. We're concerned about you growing, doing better, making those numbers look better. Peaches, can't wait to talk with you, love. And just being a healthier you. Challenge someone to shred with you. Someone that you know. I've been doing that. Challenge someone to shred with you. Get over the, I don't want to do this. I don't like challenges. Challenge someone to shred with you. And we will make it worth your while. And we're here for you. So nothing else. I hope everyone have a happy holiday. I will hang out a little bit because just in case someone is still utilizing the chat. Happy holiday to everyone. Very safe. Happy New Year. Wish everyone great health and see everyone in the SHRED. Please get
Barbara, you can stop the recording.
Okay, will do. Thank you.